two phone calls. I talked to Jay and I talked to Kendrick, and I was like, hey, I want to get back in music, and it was like, what's the advice? And Jay said, like, don't fake your story. And that's where I got the based on a true story from Jay. And Kendrick, he paused, he said, man, just say that shit you always been fucking scared to say.
Sorry, mommy. You gotta say sorry, Will. You gotta say sorry.
I mean, that's Kendrick said that, mommy. I just say that.
Will Smith didn't just fall from grace, he fell in slow motion, in public, for years. That one sentence captures something that took decades to fully play out. To understand where things stand today, you have to start at the beginning, because the higher the peak, the louder the crash. From 1985 to 1994, Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff as the Fresh Prince built one of the most consistent runs in hip-hop history. 5 studio albums, multiple Billboard Hot 100 top 20 hits, and real commercial success that could not be ignored.
Will Smith is how old?
57.
The stimulus plan that you naming is not working today for 50-however-year-old Will Smith. I don't think this is a bad song, but we can't pump this up like this is about to do something.
In 1989, they made history as the first rap act to win a Grammy for Best Rap Performance with Parents Just Don't Understand. What made Will stand out more than anything else was his brand. He did not swear, not once. In an era where hip-hop was pushing boundaries in every direction, he built his entire identity on clean, PG-13 storytelling. At the 1,999 MTV VMAs, he even challenged the rap world directly, daring other artists to write one verse without a curse. That line sparked real debate. He was respected enough to be name-dropped alongside the biggest artists in the game, even when people called him corny. Then came the Fresh Prince.
Love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Of Bel Air, which turned him into a household name globally, a Golden Globe nomination for playing a version of himself that is rare territory. His solo music career ran from 1997 to 2005, producing 4 albums, 4 Grammy wins, and records like Gettin' Jiggy With It, which now sits at over 400 million streams on Spotify. Simultaneously, he was starring in Bad Boys, Men in Black, Ali, The Pursuit of Happiness, and I Am Legend. He racked up 25 major awards and 75 nominations over the course of his career. He ran music and movies simultaneously without looking stressed. That was the bar he set for himself, and the bar the public would always hold him to. Behind the scenes, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith were presented as Hollywood's gold standard couple. They went public in 1995, married in 1997, and had Jaden in 1998 and Willow in 2000. From the outside, it looked like the perfect setup. But questions started surfacing early. Jada told Will, "You can do whatever you want as long as you're happy." The internet ran with that immediately. In 2015, behind-the-scenes photos with Margot Robbie from the film Focus circulated online. Both denied anything serious, but the speculation never fully disappeared. On The Howard Stern Show, Jada stated, "I'm not the kind of woman that believes that a man's not going to be attracted to other women." That line alone kept people questioning everything. Then, in 2016, Will and Jada quietly separated, but the public did not find out until 2023. That 7-year gap mattered enormously. During that same period, in 2017, Will was publicly posting heartfelt messages celebrating their 20th anniversary while they were already living separate lives. In 2023, Jada confirmed it herself. "I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever, and I just haven't been able to break that promise." The August Alsina situation added another layer. Alsina publicly claimed in 2020 that he had a real relationship with Jada and that Will had given him his blessing. Jada then brought Will onto Red Table Talk, where she confirmed a romantic relationship with Alsina had occurred during their separation. Will looked visibly hurt throughout that entire conversation. The clip spread across every platform instantly. By the time the 27th of March, 2022 arrived, the public's trust in Will Smith's image had already been eroding for years. The 94th Academy Awards changed everything. Chris Rock made a G.I. Jane joke referencing Jada's shaved head, a result of her alopecia diagnosis. Will walked onto the stage and slapped Rock in front of the entire industry. He then returned to his seat and shouted, "Keep my wife's name out of your F. Ingmouth." The clip went everywhere within seconds. He won the Oscar for Best Actor for King Richard that same night, but that achievement was buried immediately beneath the chaos. Will resigned from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, was banned from Academy events for 10 years, and watched as projects slowed and opportunities disappeared. As one comment online put it, Will Smith's whole career was powered by likability. He doesn't have that anymore. The executive producer of his comeback album, Omar Rambert, later reflected, "This was the very, very first time that he wasn't the good guy, that the internet treated him like the villain." The comeback attempts started almost immediately. Bad Boys, Ride or Die dropped in 2024 and crossed $400 million worldwide, but it was the fourth installment of an already established franchise. Freestyles followed. Influencer collabs with KSI and XQC followed those. A random promotion for a zombie video game appeared on his YouTube channel and confused almost everyone. The game flopped. The chemistry with the influencers felt forced, and people noticed. Before recording his album, Will made two important phone calls. He reached out to Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar for advice. Jay-Z told him, "Don't fake your story. You gotta say what's true for you. You'll be looking at the younger rappers and you want that to be true for you, but you don't live like that." That advice directly inspired the album title. Kendrick Lamar told him, "Man, just say that's. You always been F. Eyeing scared to say." The advice was sound. The execution, however, did not land. Based on a true story dropped in March 2025, his first full album since 2005's Lost and Found. The opening track, Int. Barbershop Day, literally begins with the line, "Will Smith is canceled." Multiple tracks reference the slap, the Oscar, and the public criticism directly. On paper, it read as bold. In reality, the numbers told a different story. The album sold 268 copies in its first week in the UK, only 36 downloads. It failed to crack the Billboard 200 the first time in his entire solo career that had happened. Tantrum, one of the lead tracks, had accumulated roughly 3 million streams on Spotify at the time of reporting. Compare that to Gettin' Jiggy With It at over 400 million. Critics called the album corny, overwrought, and a PR campaign disguised as an album. The core problem identified across multiple reviews was the same: too vague to be vulnerable, too calculated to feel real. The follow-up single, Pretty Girls, compounded the damage. He performed it in the street in London to minimal response. Online reactions on X ranged from accusations of a midlife crisis to outright dismissal. Number 6. Number 5. Then came a lawsuit filed by electric violinist Brian King Joseph, alleging wrongful termination and sexual harassment. Smith's legal team denied all allegations. Separately, promotional videos for his tour appeared to feature AI-generated crowd sizes. Social media spotted the distortions immediately. An insider source told News Nation directly, "People always thought Will Smith was off, but after the slap, no one wants to work with him. People are over it. He's a control freak and has a bit of an anger issue. It's hard to see how his career would recover." Will himself acknowledged the weight of these past few years in a candid Sirius XM interview. "I was spending more time by myself in the past 3 years than ever in my life. I got in touch with what I call the despicable prisoners, right? The parts of myself that I necessarily didn't want people to see, things like fear, things like anger and sadness and confusion. That honesty was real. But honesty delivered through an overproduced album rollout, influencer collabs, and a calculated PR schedule reads differently to an audience that already feels burned," Rambert also noted. He was so known for bringing joy in Fresh Prince, he didn't want to put a blemish on it by talking about sadness or pain, but he has that too. That is the central tension. Will Smith spent decades building an image so polished, so universally safe, that any deviation from it registers as a collapse rather than growth. The Grammys, the box office records, the Fresh Prince legacy, none of that disappears. But legacy and relevance are two entirely different things, and right now, Will Smith is fighting hard for the latter. The question is whether the moves he is making are getting him closer to it or pushing it further away.